You're going to see some really exciting football being played today. Great to see Nia Kore back. And he and Kale Iro, they'll have a lot to say about how this game is played today.
Val Holmes has been in and around the camp as well, and he has committed to play in the World Cup should they progress here, JT.
Yeah, huge inclusion for the Cook Islands. So much experience. Val Holmes, premiership winning player, state of origin, Kangaroos, so they can certainly do with that experience.
Marata Niokore also played 5 tests for New Zealand, plays his 4th match for the Cook Islands today. Currently with the Warriors. The team's now getting in position here at Combank Stadium. The crowd building all of the time, and when you roll into Parramatta today, there are Samoan flags everywhere, already in the house ahead of a 4 p.m. kickoff.
I was there, saw them at 8:30 out the front. They're primed and ready to go.
Let's now join the on-field pre-match ceremony.
If you're able to, please stand for the National Anthem of South Africa, performed by Francesca Apollos, and the Cook Islands National Anthem, sung by Elizabeth Masoe. Please thank Elizabeth and Francesca.
So the anthems are done. Not too far away from kickoff here between the Cook Islands and South Africa for the last spot in next year's Rugby League World Cup on the men's side of things, to join Australia, New Zealand, England, Samoa, Tonga, PNG, Fiji, Lebanon and France in that competition to be played in Australia and PNG. And now it's time for the pair haka of the Cook Islands. They look fresh and ready to go, the Cook Islands. They've been back in the Cook Islands to prepare for this game, and they are coached by Carmichael Hunt, who is with Marley Silver.
Well, Carmichael, it's a special day for Cook Islands Rugby League, a World Cup qualification on the line. What was your final message to the boys?
Let's go out there and represent our people with pride.
What do you think it'll mean to the community if you get the win today?
We know they're behind us. They'll be proud of us. Now it's just time to go and show it.
Thanks so much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Short and sweet from Carmichael, who played in the 2008 Rugby League World Cup final with Australia. JT.
Yes, not a great one for the Kangaroos, being beaten by the Kiwis at Suncorp Stadium. Not great memories, but a wonderful tournament.
He's a dual international as well, Carmichael Hunt, and there is the team that he has selected. Ioka in the fullback role. Isan Masters has been named with the number 1 on his back in the Pacific Bowl, but played as the halfback, and now he's got the right number on his back, Ruth.
Yeah, just added a little top to the 1 there. Came up with the 7, but yeah, he's got a lot of experience, Isan Masters, and this whole team, this whole Cook Islands side, over 400 games of NRL played. Plenty of experience out there, and this South African team, they'll be hungry, but they'll be up against it today, that's for sure.
And South Africa, Cameron Cryer, one of their most experienced. He grew up in the Shire here in Sydney, has played his fair share of New South Wales Cup games, including 15 games with the Dragons. And they're about to get the footy first here. Can the Rhinos pull off a monumental upset and qualify for their 3rd World Cup, or will it be the Cook Islands day, looking for their 4th World Cup appearance? South Africa bring it back, and that's a strong return from Shane McKenzie, the 30-year-old who's won 2 of the last 3 Perth comps with the North Beach Sea Eagles. Front row partner is Jason Smith, and they keep it in the middle for now. Aidan Perry, 25-year-old. He's played 24 New South Wales Cup games. Out there on the right edge, it's Keegan Turner, the Manly-born back rower. And hit up number 2 from McKenzie. 13th international cap for him. South Africa get to the last and go high. Under the wing of Stoltman, who we didn't see in the Pacific Cup. But in today from the South Logan Magpies.
The defensive line for the Rhinos here is really compressed. If the Cook Islands can spread out a little bit, they'll find a little bit of joy out wide.
And this guy did last time these teams squared off. That was back in 2019 when Paul Ulberg was among the try scorers. Playing on the left wing that day. He's on the right wing today with that reshuffle with the inclusion of Stoltman, and they head his way. And it's a knock-on off Ulberg. So a win there for South Africa.
Yeah, certainly is. Great defensive pressure. There was a little opening on the outside if they could get the ball to the winger, but loose hands there now gives the Rhinos an opportunity to hopefully get some good ball attack on. This is what they want. They want to force errors from a much more experienced Cook Islands team.
Let's get a feel for these conditions with Marley.
Well, good morning, Speedy. It is an absolutely glorious day for a huge amount of incredible rugby league games. It's sitting at 21 degrees, but I have to say it feels a lot warmer on ground because the slight breeze that's blowing from the west-southwest direction at 13 kilometres an hour rather, isn't quite breaking through. It is very, very warm and might bring some fatigue into this game as things kick off.
Now approaching mid-November, and the rugby league year comes to an end today. Able to juggle successfully there, Jason Smith. Plays for the Central Charlestown Butcher Boys in Newcastle. Representing them proudly today. And they've loaded up on the left here, the halves combine. And the fullback as well. All the way inside the red zone they go. What an opportunity here for the Rhinos. Well supported inside CommBank Stadium as well by the South African community here. Oh, was he blocked off there? It's a knock-on anyway, and it is an No, it's offside against South Africa.
Yeah, as I was watching that, he was definitely a good step in front of the kicker. If he just held off a little bit, he probably would have got a penalty. And unfortunately for them, that comes to nothing, the Rhinos. But first touches, they found a couple of opportunities out wide, JT.
Yeah, they certainly did. Great ball movement from the halves to the fullback. Found some space on the edges, so it's good to see from the Rhinos.
Strong run out of there by Pia Kura. Premiership winning Bronco, of course. Our referee, Wyatt Raymond, blew that penalty. A relieving one for the Cook Islands. Would have been another fresh set coming up for South Africa. Slowing things down a little too much that time was McKenzie.
And that's not what you want. A penalty compounded into another penalty. The Cook Islands will get this field position and able to practice their set starts during the week. Inside the 40 now. Let's see what they come up with.
That was a nice touch finder too.
Hero able to tap it and bring it back to centre field. Now Pedersen Rovati sets things up. Another representative from South's Logan. Makatoa played 5 games for the Roosters this year. Back to Pedersen Rovati, and lovely pass. The middle forwards combine, and South Africa make the try saver on Davey Mawali, another of the key inclusions today. From dummy half, Mason Teague is held up. Great defence on their line, but they're under the pump right now, the Rhinos. Mawali's pass shows why he's not a recognised dummy half, but Pia Kura picked it up stylishly.
You do a front rower like that, Speedy.
Teague, better service for Masters. Light stepping on the last, has to try and keep it alive. Pia Kura does the same. Mawali finds a playmaker, and the little kick from Ioka is tidied up by South Africa, who withstand that surge.
Well, that shift out to the left, or the pass by Mawali, didn't find where it needed to go, but it actually needed to head out to the right. Cook Islands had a really great setup out there, and there was only 5 defenders defending about 50 odd, or half the field there. They just needed to get their eyes up.
South Africa were strong starters in the first half against Niue on Tuesday night when they gave some fringe players a chance to press for selection in this game. They led 18-6 at half-time before being run down in the second half. Ranked 15 spots below the Cook Islands, but going toe-to-toe with them early here. The kick from Cryer onto the chest of Ioka. And the kick chase was good, but nice field position here for the Cook Islands. That one previous meeting between these two in 2019 was 66-6 in favour of the Cook Islands. That's a strong run by Reuben Rennie, only knows one way from Toulouse Olympic. Along with Ulberg, they're headed the wingers' way here. Masters looking to create. And 3 required to stop the 29-year-old who plays with Salford in the UK now. Little dab in behind, looks heavy, and they can watch that sail for a 7-tackle set off Cowley's left boot.
And not a great kick from Cowley. Puts his team under the pressure now. The Rhinos get a 7-tackle set. Let's see what they can do with it. They've been under the pump. Cook Islands have been winning in the field position to start this game.
Real presence in Pretoria, back home in South Africa, for the sport of rugby league. It's growing in Cape Town as well, and there'll be rugby league fans tuning in back home, hoping they can upset the Cook Islands today, and then they'll start planning their trip to Australia for next year's World Cup to cheer on this team. Can they find the first points with this 7-tackle set? It's a knock-on, disappointing one off the hand of Ethan Sweet.
Yeah, not a great pass there.
Where would you like it, Murata?
But I like what they're trying to do. They're getting to this right left edge of the Cook Islands, and then they got their shape out to the left. Need to be holding on to that ball. Just need some soft hands there. Also trying to just put him one-on-one with the halfback as well, so.
He's had a big year. Kobe Thomas, the 5'8" for South Africa, played for the North Sydney Bears and was their MVP this year with 7 tries and 6 try assists in 23 games. I might have jumped the gun here. South Africa defensively. The referee lets it go. Into Cook Islands territory they go. Just gained promotion to the Super League, Toulouse Olympic, with Reuben Rennie as a real goer. Masters looking to organise the attack here. And he knows one way, Davey Moale will be joining Manly in 2027 after his last year with Souths next year. Masters floats one over the top. Ulberg has room, and he'll get there for the first try for the Cook Islands.
That was a really nice play. Some nice punches up the middle from the forwards, collapsing that defensive line. And you just saw when they got the ball in hand there, the half, he was just considering what his options were. Have a look here. Gets out the back, really nice. He gets straight at that 3 defender. He can see the centre has collapsed in. He wants to shut down the run of the second rower, floats it over the top. That was a nice pass right on the chest too, JT.
Yeah, it certainly was, and that's the experience of Isan Masters. He summed it up beautifully. On that right edge, the Rhinos' outside defence was coming up hard and in, and the vision to throw the ball over the top puts it straight on the chest of his winger, and the Cook Islands get their first points.
5th try in 8 internationals for the Cook Islands for Paul Ulberg. Playing on the right wing today. The Cook Islands looking for their first win in a long time. Really strengthened today with the additions of Davey Moale and Murata Niokore. Weren't part of those games against Fiji and PNG. Trying to end an 8 test match losing streak today. Goal kicking responsibilities sit with Isan Masters, and that's going to hook away.
Stay behind! Stay behind!
So a 4-0 lead for the Cook Islands. Opening try to Paul Ulberg here. Big day at CommBank Stadium today with the Pacific Cups on the line. New Zealand against Samoa in the men's, and of course the all-conquering Jillaroos up next against the Kiwi Ferns. A couple of games to look forward to there, Roo.
It certainly is. I'll tell you what, they didn't have it all their own way last week, the Jillaroos. It was only 10-4, just a converted try in it.
Of course, Golden Boots are on the line this weekend as well in the men's and women's games. Tamika Upton has never won the Golden Boot. Could this be her year?
Well, she didn't play last week either. And there's a lot of good names on that list.
The men's side of things, Reece Walsh has got to be right in the conversation after a couple of tries last night with the Kangaroos as they wrapped up the Ashes 3-zip. More contenders coming up in that New Zealand-Samoa game later today. The Kiwis on fire last week, taking down Tonga. There's Niokore, captain of the Cook Islands today. Cowley, kick pressure came, and a nice purchase on it to drop it inside the 10. Pereira de Vlieg got whacked. Plays for the Runaway Bay Seagulls. Moved to Australia 7 years ago, playing cricket and hockey. Fell in love with rugby league. They bunched here, the Rhinos. Defence solid from the Cook Islands, and a mistake on the play of the ball, but there was a little hand there as well.
That's exactly what they needed, the Rhinos. They're certainly under the pump. Not a great kickoff by the Rhinos. Oh, and I think they've gotten away with one there, hey, but they just got to stay in the fight here, the Rhinos. A great opportunity now to put some great attack on. Their left side is their strongest side, so let's see what they come up with.
That's an old-fashioned sort of crowding kind of ruling there. In modern-day footy, they tend to be a mistake by the ball carrier there, but South Africa looking to capitalise. Nice move by the centre, and they get it to the young man on debut today on the left wing there, Brady McMillan, the 19-year-old from the Moranbah Miners. More on that club in a moment as they swing it the other way. The tackle made by Piakura.
I think if Brady had just stayed a step deeper, he would have been up for an over-the-top pass. May have been in the corner. But right now, Cook Islands defence, they're scrambling.
Perry plays it, and they find Cryer. Fizzes a pass out wide to McMenemy. Crawls a couple of bonus metres. Put the markers out of play a little. Oh, that's solid defence from Kaolero defending his line, and that's a handover. But tell us about the Moranbah Miners, JT.
Yeah, Josh Hannay, that's where he grew up. Played there, captain coached. Down a couple of players, so he put the boots on and dislocated his ankle, which is now infused, I think. So, or fused, they call it. So yeah. He's now coaching the Titans. So good luck to his head coaching career.
One of the big stories next year in the NRL, Josh Hannay, and the ownership changes as well with the Titans. And they surge back into the finals. Sun beating down on CommBank Stadium. Nakatoa with the go forward in his 12th test. And from inside the 40, keeps it central to Cowley. Down to De Vlieg. Oh, trademark from Piakura.
There's a shape of Piakura's shoulder just embedded into De Vlieg's chest there. That is a big shot. Look at this. Thought he got away with it. No.
Again, they're looking a real threat out on that left-hand side. Durand, the Zimbabwe-born centre, proving a real handful for Rennie. And they go to that short side again. Sweet, running hard. On the last, he plays it. Kick comes from Thomas. Not a whole lot of go forward in it. Cook Islands don't want a bar of it. Can they get a second kick away? Flicked it out the back, did Turner. And it's a knock on by South Africa and handover.
Yeah, just needed a bit more depth on that kick. go and contest it. Big opportunity. Rhinos, they just need to stay in the fight here. Have a good defensive set. The Cook Islands are a bit bunched at the moment.
Keep an eye on Isan Masters. He took a bit of a knock in that last offensive challenge, and he's just been coming into position now.
Wahlberg in amongst the big boys here. Don't want to lose Isan Masters, so important to their playmaking. Here he is, moving it on. Mawali, quick hands. Hero wanted to get it to the outside, now comes back inboard. Has been captaining the Cook Islands before the arrival of Nia Kore, and he's coughed it up here, the Shark.
Well, he's tried to force an offload. It got very, very messy. And instead of taking his medicine, he's tried to promote the football. That's where the knock-on was found. Let's watch here, he comes back in, and he's fighting in the tackle here. If he just takes that tackle, reset. Unfortunately, there's an error there.
And the Rhinos are starting to get the hands on the knees with this heat. Like I said, they just got to stay in the fight, complete their sets, try and bring some fatigue into the Cook Islands.
Oh, this is interesting. Kick over the top, and look at the speed. Was he blocked off a little? It doesn't matter now. They're going to lead this game. The World Cup qualifier, South Africa with the trick play and the speed of Pereira to Vlieg. The Cook Islands didn't have an answer.
Wow. What a trick play. That takes a lot of guts. Like I said, it's very warm down there. And what about that? Puts the kick straight over the top, and the speed. Outstanding from the Rhinos. Well, the Cook Islands, they're shell-shocked. And that's what you need when you're playing in big matches. You need to be able to have that risk versus reward. And there's no bigger risk than kicking it on play one and coming up trumps and getting points. Outstanding.
And no bigger reward, is it? Like, that was absolutely fantastic, and people say they want to get rid of scrums from the game. We wouldn't see incredible stuff like this if we didn't have a scrum, and that's perfect. They're coming up with things that work for them, and that is a very rugby union style play where they will kick early and they'll kick out a scrum like that at a set piece, and you'll get chasers just sprinting through. But that pace of Pereira de Vlieg, he was fantastic.
And they lead this one. That's why he plays for the runaway Bay Seagulls with an effort like that.
I like what you did there, Speedy.
Well, they are stunned here, the Cook Islands. Expected to have a pretty easy day, but South Africa mean business, don't they? They lead 6-4, approaching the midpoint of this first half, and a really competitive start. Oh, now the Cook Islands looking to attack with their defence. Oh, that's off the head. That's play on, if he can keep it in. And he gets down. No, I'm going to say a knock on. That's worth a captain's challenge, isn't it?
Certainly is.
It's off the hand, goes forward.
He says it's off the hand.
Off the hand?
Middle.
Is his hand attached to his ear?
Challenge it.
And they're not challenging.
Nice.
And that's maybe some inexperience on this kind of stage. You don't have a captain's challenge at all levels of rugby league, of course.
Very unfortunate.
It's a glary kind of day. Refs didn't see it the right way that time. They load up with 4 on this side. Pass hits the deck, and ball to be won. Stoltman keeps it alive, the debutant for the Cook Islands. A little clunky again. Time to settle it down through Ioka from the Northern Pride, and they send him backwards. Teague waits at first receiver, moves it on to Pedersen Robati. Cook Islands had experience in those stifling conditions in Port Moresby recently. The dummy thrown, no way through for Cowley. There was space on the outside if he couldn't have found the wide men. Masters change of direction for Niokore, worried about running behind a teammate, had to give himself up, fearing the obstruction. Plays it on the last, trying to crash his way through. Mawali, can he keep it alive? Did he know it was the last?
Leave it there.
Yeah, they knew it was the last, but they thought that crash play would work. This is where Cowley and Masters have to really step up, demand the football. They don't look comfortable moving out to the left, though, do they, JT?
No, a little bit. A couple of balls have been on the ground when they've gone to the left. They haven't got their shape right on that side, so seem to be much stronger going to Eastside Masters side on the right. But the Rhinos, they defended that set after putting themselves under the pump. Now they need to just get through this set and get a big kick in and put the ball as far away from their try line as possible.
Haven't won a game since they took down Kenya in 2023, South Africa. That's another strong run. And bordering on a penalty for the second effort there. The kick comes from the man who provided the try assist in Kobe Thomas. A little off the outside of the boot that time, allows Stoltman to bring it all the way back to the 40. Oh, two in the tackle, it appeared. That's the way the ref saw it.
Strips it out, 2 players in it.
They're really putting themselves under the pump, the Rhinos. Most teams have a call when they want someone to jump off the ball, jump off the player, go for a one-on-one strip. And now they've got to defend their try line again, back-to-back sets. They need to get the errors out of their game, the penalties out of their game, the Rhinos.
And can the Cook Islands find some cohesion here with ball in hand? They're inside the red zone after play one. Pedersen Robati, flat ball for Makatoa. There was real shape out the back on the right if they kept it going. T keeps it in the middle for Pedersen Robati. A little bit of space for just a brief moment. South Africa closed the door. Trying to crash his way over. Mawali gets down low and the Cook Islands regain the lead here in the World Cup qualifier.
Well, they look more comfortable when they just try and punch it up around the ruck, don't they? The previous set of 6 down here, they tried to finish it off with just a punch up. This time, because it was off the back of some flow, the defence for the Rhinos had split a little bit. You can just see it was a great charge here. And then look, big Davey Mawali spots a gap, identifies that they're really in tight. They don't come up square off the line. And that close, he's hard to stop.
Yeah, for the Rhinos, it's just come off back-to-back errors. 2 penalties, a drop ball. And when you're putting yourself under that much pressure for your defence, it's going to crack at some point. And the Cook Islands, instead of going around the Rhinos, they're going straight through the front door, and that's what you need to do in these type of conditions. It's really punch through that middle part of the field, bring some fatigue into the middle forwards. And as you've seen, the Rhinos were slow out of that tackle. Mawali uses his power to go straight through.
And such is modern day rugby league. He'll play one more year with the Rabbitohs before joining Manly to try and bolster their middle forward stocks that have been a query in recent years. Masters missed with his first attempt, slots the second. So third try in 9 tests for the Cook Islands for Davey Mawali. Burst onto the scene as a teenager, still just 22 years of age. Manly might have done some really good shopping there, getting him from 27 onwards. Well, the sun was an issue. And South Africa get the bonus of restarting play with a scrum 10 out here.
Yes, a huge opportunity for the Rhinos. As you can see, sun in the eyes of Cowley. Not happy. It's not what you want after you've just scored points. But now you just got to flush that down the drain and get on with the next job. A huge opportunity now for the Rhinos.
What's the trick play here, Rick?
I know. What are they going to? I'm look, they've lined up behind. You've got the 6 and the 1 lined up behind the scrum. They can swing either way. Cook Islands, they've just equalised. They're just going 3-3.
They haven't committed yet. Now they spread. One went either way. This guy's been dangerous. Durand at left centre. They were able to corral him that time. Seesawing first half here in the World Cup qualifier. We already know 9 countries to play in next year's showpiece event. And the winner of this will be the 10th and final team into the 2026 World Cup. Nice ball playing, digging into the line. Kobe Thomas and his back rower. A little bit of room. Tony couldn't find a way through. Fresh legs, and they show Ashley Bull is just centimetres away. In fact, the ref wants to clarify if he hasn't scored here. He's celebrating.
Liam, I'm starting no try. Confirm that he's short, and then he loses the ball over the line.
No. He hasn't given up on it.
No, he looks very confident. Oh, get it down.
Oh, that's a try, isn't it? Downward pressure.
It is a try. No, that's on the line.
Just looking to see if the ball gets to the line, if there's downward pressure.
Well, how much downward pressure do you need?
He's got it there. It's actually the head of Ngatakurua that helps force it over the line.
He doesn't lose control, does he, until after the ball has been grounded?
Yeah.
Liam Kennedy, over to you in the bunker.
Here it is, right on the line.
Here, watch the head
Ready?
work there.
There. Or was that short?
Or was that short?
Looked like white ground.
On
We can
field
see the
call.
ball gets to the ground. We just need to confirm if the ball's on the line or in the field of play.
Yeah, so he's happy with the grounding kind of aspect. It's all about whether we're seeing an optical illusion here.
Can we flip the corner post cam around?
Yeah, we need.
Oh, there's enough.
The ball is
short.
grounded in the field of play, and then the player loses possession.
Wow.
Decision made.
Wow. That is as close as you'll ever get.
Jeez, it was a good charge, though.
It was.
Really good charge. Ball by name, ball by nature. He just put the head down and went for it, didn't he?
Let's go.
The father of 2 who plays for the Normanby Hounds in the Brisbane comp. Not even one little blade of grass that had a bit of white paint on it.
Look, I would have
Looked
given it to
like
him.
it.
William Kennedy was adamant in the bunker. So the Cook Islands cling to a 4-point lead. Really good game with so much on the line. Great drama here in the first half. They've come a long way, South Africa, since that 2019 encounter between these two countries where 60 points was the difference.
It was 46-0 at half-time in that game as well. They're really taking it to the Cook Islands today.
And 5 players back up for South Africa from that game. 6 from the Cook Islands. Masters from inside his own half. De Vlieg attacks it. He's an eye-catching player, the fullback for South Africa.
Certainly is. Got a lot of confidence. Attacking the ball in the air, that's what you want from your back 3, and especially your fullback.
If you just tuned in, just a natural sportsman, came to Australia with a love for cricket and hockey. He saw a few of the lads playing rugby league. He said, I'll have a crack at that. And here he is representing his country at Combank in a World Cup qualifier.
And he's been one of their best. Scored that incredible try too.
There's Aidan Perry, who's engaged to Indy Cleary, sister of Nathan. Oh, good chase. Stoltman ducked for cover. He might have copped a high shot there, but it's deemed all above board.
I think if he doesn't duck, it's probably a high one, but that was a really great kick chase.
It's exactly what you want. Turning the ball over in that 10 by 10 square and then be aggressive with your defence here, try and force an error.
A few of these players look like JT at the 20k mark in the New York Marathon. How long to go?
That's the second set of shots you've fired today.
We're inside the 40. Masters doesn't get a hold of it. And it sits up kindly in the end for the winger, Beakers.
Well, the Rhinos won that through their defence. Look at where they're starting their set. They just need to, you can see a lot of hands on hips. They've got to get back behind the ball and really challenge the Cook Islands defence. They're just as cooked.
This young winger, Brady McMillan, just 19 years of age, got the call up. After a late reshuffle, wasn't in the team 24 hours ago. Evan DeVries it was who dropped out. Oh, big hit by Stoltman.
He's just getting one back for the previous shot.
A little flat here, South Africa, but there's that man again. Ball pulling his way through the line. Cryer stabs it into the corner. Ioka turned his body, wary of what happened a moment ago down this end with the drop for the kick-off, and what a hit. Kick chase from Thomas. Oh!
Big line speed.
And he celebrates that one, does Aidan Perry.
High contact.
He has to catch him high because it was timed perfectly. It must have crept up.
They're winning the field position battle.
How does the bunker see this? This could be key. Is that okay, JT? Or
it looked all right.
Big celebration from Perry, who won the Ron Massey Cup this year with St Mary's in a team.
Oh, looked like shoulder contact to the head.
It's right on the button.
What kind of sanction, Ruth?
Well, I need to see it from a different angle because the first one that we saw couldn't really see. The second angle, you see there is contact.
There is contact.
But you just need, if it's flush with high and force.
Looks like the point of the shoulder.
Shoulder, yeah.
It's got him. I think there's a bit of claret coming out of the mouth now as well.
Could it be a send-off or 10 in the bin, or?
I wouldn't say send-off.
It's direct contact with the shoulder. You rush up out of the line with moderate force. It's on report, and you're in the bin.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what they wanted. They're winning the field position battle. They're turning the ball over in the right area. They were aggressive defence. This is what you want from your coach. When you got them pinned down in this area, you want to come out, try and force an error with that aggressive defence, but you need to get it right.
So Perry goes off for 10.
I think Stoltman's coming off as well.
He has to go off after they see that, of course.
Oh, yeah.
But now you've got to capitalise. You're playing against 12 in the 10 minutes leading up to half-time, and your lead is currently 4. You want to open up a margin now.
Yeah, you do, but just because a player goes off, you don't want to be throwing the ball around and you know, coming up with errors. You still need to stick to the game plan. You need to bring fatigue into the opposition, and that's when you can catch them out on the edges.
And worryingly for the Rhinos, it's a middle forward that's come off, and the try's already been scored down the middle. So they're going to have to work really hard to make sure they stay connected.
So they just shuffle one player out on the left, the Cook Islands. Kale Iro currently playing on the left wing outside of Piakura, rather. And there could have been space on the outside there. Ulberg was unmarked, so too was the fullback, Ioka. They keep going that way. And Rennie tried to slip through the tackle. Real test here for the Rhinos defensively. Pedersen Rabadi sets things up. Fresh legs in the dummy half roll. Matikora has come on. T goes into a ball playing role. Nia Correa switch sides, throws the intercept, and I wonder if that's down to the somewhat jumper clash today.
Or Boekis was just like, yeah, I'm here. Was standing in the passing lane there, does very well. But if the Rhinos can hold on to the football for the majority of the time that they're down this player, it'll go a long way to keeping them in this game. And this will help too.
Yep, so just slow now. Catch your breath. Get everyone on the same page.
Cameron.
You're a man down, so you still want to have a bit of ball movement, but you don't want to be risky when you got a man down. You want to get through your sets.
Let's go, mate. Let's go. Come on.
This is clever.
Down.
This is clever. Chewing up about 20 seconds before you take the kick for touch. That's experience from Kobe Thomas.
That's what halves do, mate. We're the brains of the team.
And more fresh legs. Josh Hill trying to follow the lead of Ashley Bull off the bench. He plays for the Valley Diehards in Brisbane. Got some shape on here. The halves combine. And the fullback, the speed, goes to the young winger. And he gets down low cleverly. They were trying to push him into touch from about 5 metres in there. McMillan got down low. And they just waltzed their way into the red zone. What can South Africa cook up here? Could they steal some points? Down to 12. The halves again combine. Thomas of the North Sydney Bears has them 7 metres out. Short side play. And the back rower going nowhere. Keegan Turner, he'll play it on the last. Cryer ready to pull the strings, the 7. He'll go crossfield. Challenge for the footy. Up they go, and reaching out and scoring a wonderful try. Bryn Durand, or has he? Referee saying no.
Liam, coming in to tackle 6, kicked on 5. Confirm no try, double movement, and if he loses the ball.
Oh, come on, White. He's in good position. I shouldn't be saying that.
Clearing the left side kick chase is onside.
Does a great job.
Cleared all aspects of play until this point. The ball is on the ground. He then loses possession into the Cook Islands player. Decision made.
And that contact with the legs into the head was just incidental.
Well, this is where things can get a little bit sticky, because if he's using his knees to stop the ball, we've seen that given as a penalty previously.
Square up.
Right? So it's going to be a turnover. But what about the aerial work here? JT, that kick was on point, and you were starting to explain to us just how perfectly placed that kick was and the great work in the air to even get in that position.
And that's what you want when you're turning the ball over. You want a contest in that position with your athletes on the edges. Now they just need to be really diligent with their defense here now, the Rhinos.
And the man who caught the ball and was so close to their second try there, Bryn Durand, aspires to be a Dolphin trainer one day.
I thought you were about to say play for the Dolphins. That's even better.
Again, South Africa stand up. Remember, they're playing with 12 right now with Perry in the bin. And he'll return with just less than a minute to go in this first half. Rocking defence on McMillan.
This is where you want your outside backs.
You could tell that hurt him. Maybe hoping there might have been an adjudication from the bunker saying it was high.
He was clutching at his ear when he came up, and he's looked a little bit rattled, doesn't he, the young fella?
Remember, none of these South African players have any NRL experience, and there's plenty on the other side of things. 8 players with NRL experience in this Cook Islands team. Well, some showing this by the Rhinos. That kick tumbles its way down, and KL Iro to bring it back. son of Kevin, who played 3 tests for the Cook Islands and 34 for New Zealand. Ulberg forced a late offload. Ioka had to go right where there was loads of space. He came back inboard, which has been the game plan for the Cook Islands today, but against 12, there will be chances on the edge, and Ulberg is out there now. And again, they don't promote the footy on the outside. Reuben Porter just on, now playing on the right edge. Dakin in the number 17 jumper as Carmichael Hunt utilises his bench. 2 more plays left on this set. Cowley for Niakore. Nice hands, Nutikora to keep it alive. Now they have to capitalise here. What a try saver that is. Another 5'8" Thomas. It might still be on. Quick hands, and Masters in the corner for the Cook Islands, and that could be huge in the final washer.
Yeah, great work by the Cook Islands. The man in the sin bin for the Rhinos is just starting to take its toll. Some late offloads from the Cook Islands had the defence scrambling. What about the tackle around the legs? And they just couldn't get back on side. Try confirmed. Great hands by Ruben Rennie onto Isan Masters. It was just a possession that the Cook Islands had. Takes its toll on the Rhinos.
There's been a number of times they've gone to the right and they've had the overlap, but the Cook Islands haven't been able to utilise it. They haven't found that last pass. It's gone to the wrong person. They didn't promote the football. But this time, like JT said, it was a great tackle by Thomas, but what he needed to do was make that tackle, get up and try and shuffle back into the line as quickly as possible. And it was just really smart work by the Cook Islands that close to the line.
The Rhinos left edge defence have come up with some big plays as well, so McMillan has shut it down a couple of times. But just the weight of possession, a man in the bin, it's taken its toll.
So the former West Tigers, Cowboys and Titans player, Isan Masters, looking to convert his own try. His 3rd for the Cook Islands. Also played 6 tests for New Zealand, and it's the same kind of kick.
Away, time off.
Sliding doors. So an 8-point lead for the Cook Islands. Some kicking advice coming from the front row for Isan Masters there, and he's agreeing with them. Yeah, just getting the hook going from that right-hand touchline. But this has been a sliding doors kind of first half. This scoreline could have been the other way for the same money.
Yeah, it certainly could have been for the Rhinos. They've got the ball just about over the line a couple of times, but haven't come away with the chocolates. So they've been very brave in this first half, the Rhinos.
Still 2 more minutes to go until Perry returns. Can they hold on until then? Don't want to give away a penalty. This part of the field. Teague thought he might have earned one. In the middle again, the Cook Islands looking to bust through the front door. Carrere is on in the number 16 jumper. Plays for the North Devils. You can't miss him, 192 centimetres, 117 kicks. De Vlieg attacks it, so too does the winger, and penalty blown for offside. You lead by 8, you've just got to go for another try, don't you, JT?
Yeah, definitely. Man still in the bin. I don't think he's come back on yet, has he?
Still a couple of minutes away.
As you can see the contest there. Tap it and go.
And that sin bin moment as well, Aiden Perry celebrated like he'd pulled off the hit of the year. Next minute, the bunker weighs in, 10 in the bin, and it's turned this game.
It certainly has. When you're coming out with that intent, you need to get it right. And more often than not, we see that players don't. They're in the bin.
What an opportunity now for the Cook Islands to blow this margin out to double digits. Teague in a ball-playing role now. Niokore, one-on-one, and that's oh so easy for Murata, the captain today. And the Cook Islands are blowing this one open.
Yeah, they certainly are. Just maintaining a lot of possession with this person that's sitting in the sin bin. 2 passes wide. Niokore comes back on the inside. You can see the triangles in the defensive line. One-on-one, more often than not. Murata Niokore is going to beat you. As a defensive line, you want to stay nice and square so you can have dual contact. You've seen in the other position, the other view that we had, there was triangles. You see the 7 come up. When you put triangles in your defensive line, that opens up the spaces for powerful back rowers, powerful centres to break through. And the Cook Islands, with all this possession. And here we go. You can see the 3 defender come right up out the line. You can see the triangles. So they drop him off. One-on-one. You need to be a lot more aggressive going into a tackle against a man that's so powerful.
Has a great strike rate for the Cook Islands as well. That's 3 tries in those 4 tests in these colours for Murata Niokore. And the clock ticking down towards half-time. Perry will be able to come on, but the damage has been done here. 2 tries while he has been in the bin. See whether that advice from the front row has hit home for Masters. Nails another one. And there goes the half-time siren. So it's a handy lead now for the Cook Islands, who are under enormous pressure at various stages. Around the midpoint of this first half, South Africa led briefly and had a couple of close.
Stay behind it.
There was some good football out of the Rhinos, though, in that first half, and they're really up against it in this second.
They were centimetres away combined from another 2 tries, and that would have changed everything. So we found the kicking tee, and away we go in the second half of this World Cup qualifier. The Cook Islands halfway there to clinching the final spot in next year's Rugby League World Cup. A handy 14-point lead. Looking to end an 8-game losing streak at international level. It's a strong run by Makarire. Right up the middle, where they've gone for much of this game, taken off the back of it. Already up to halfway. A little concern for Ioka behind play. He's got a little stinger going on. Niokore, one of those try scorers in the late first half blitz. Masters just going around to the right-hand side here, putting some footwork on. And ready and waiting for that threat. So it'll be up to the other halves partner, Cowley, to get that left boot involved again. And Beakers able to come down with it safely. Got a very good first set to start this half.
Yeah, it certainly was, and that's what you want from the Cook Islands. Make sure that you kick the ball down there. Now, be really aggressive with your defence, and they have been all game.
Well, Ioka is still down with the trainer. It looks like he might be getting that right elbow strapped. So the defensive line here for the Cook Islands, they're going to have to make sure that they're on the ball because they don't have someone commanding them at the back. He's just moving into position to try and intercept this kick.
Kick came from inside the 30, had the right kind of angle for a 30-20, but it bounced the Cook Islands way.
Right idea. You could see that the fullback was getting attention right at the back.
You half see everything.
Well, I told you, we're the brains of the team. We need to be 5 steps ahead of everyone else.
Gotta have your head on a swivel, don't you?
Now the Rhinos, they need to defend up here.
leg lift scenario that would be a penalty in the women's game, so not in the men's game. Tikora, dummy half, finds his winger. Coming in for work, Stoltman. He's past his HIA, but maybe there's some lingering issues there because the play of the ball was all over the shop.
Well, he tried to play it quickly, but it was just very, very messy there, and this is what the Rhinos were after. And look, it was that man, Aidan Perry, in at marker, just letting the ref know that there was a bit of a bobble in the play of the ball.
And that's how he come out and put the shot on, didn't he?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, yep, so he's got one back on him there. But here we go. There should be in some good field position here to get their plays on, get some ball movement.
He's a passionate man, isn't he? Aidan Perry. And he's the owner of the jumper sponsor, Our Choice Disability, which runs in New South Wales and Queensland. And that's the front of jumper sponsor as well. The 25-year-old is a go-getter. Strong run by Sweet, the left edge back rower. Born in South Africa, moved to Australia at the age of 3. Change of direction. Always finds some go forward. Post-contact meters does Bull. Plays at 30 out. The halves combined. Where's the option outside of the 5'8"? Thomas was looking for answers, and that's a handy penalty they've earned late in the count here.
Yeah, there was high contact there. He was scheming. He was looking for somebody to come back against the grain, but they just missed the jump, that left edge. It's probably the first time that left edge has faltered in attack. They've been pretty good.
His dad hails from Cape Town, Kobe Thomas. That's why he's able to represent the Rhinos, the North Sydney Bears playmaker. Now Cryer. And Perry thought he was running a decoy, had to adjust as the pass was flung his way, and they're inside the red zone here. Out of dummy half, nice little flick for Ball. And again, he nearly split the defenders. Less than 5 minutes into this second half. South Africa looking for their second try. And nearly through was McMenemy. Cryer fires it back to centre field. Now Thomas, little stab in behind. And diving for the loose footy. It's a great effort to tidy up from the Cook Islands. Natikora it was.
There's some great ball movement from the Rhinos. I don't know if that kick was the right option. You can see down on the bottom right corner of the screen.
It's almost a drop kick.
I would have liked to have seen him hit Sweet on that lead line and then play off the back of it, because they really had the Cook Islands right edge defence scrambling.
Had a little peek.
And look who's in the middle of it, Aidan Perry again. He's just getting his troops fired up. This is a great opportunity for the Rhinos. Great field position. I tell you what, when Bull gets his hands on the ball, they can play off the back of that. He really pulls through that defensive line.
You need to try and get the ball to De Vlieg and Durand. They've been strong for the Rhinos. So get to the right side of the field, open it up, and then get that ball movement to the left where Durand is. He's powerful, he's got some speed. That's the job of Thomas and Cryer.
4 players on this right-hand side, including the speedster who scored their only try. Pereira, De Vlieg. The referee explaining why he didn't award a 6 again there to the fullback, saying he was giving as good as he got. Cryer throwing dummies, linked with his halves partner, and the Cook Islands defence was up quickly.
A good read by Isan Masters.
Little flat on both sides now. Bull looking to give them some momentum, and that time they rocked him. Now they're ready for a set play on the left. Again, the halves combined. And Masters with the key tackle again, but he was being called out of it and failed to respond.
That's what happens when you come out of shooting out of line to make the tackle. He didn't get back on side quick enough. The referee called him out.
Probably lucky not to give away another penalty there. He stripped the ball out of Sweet's hands and threw it away.
The Rhinos having a dart from dummy half. And Kobe Martin earns another penalty. There might be a warning upcoming here.
Surely there's a warning.
Start responding. Start responding, all right?
You can hear him start responding.
And that would shift the game again if South Africa could play against 12 for a while. Nearly over again. That man proving a real handful every time he gets it. Now Thomas kicks early in the counts. Ulberg trying to get out of there, giving it every chance. Running out of room now, gets back in the field of play, does he? Yes! And then the late call that he grounded.
Grounded on the line. Goal line dropout.
And he's slow to get to his feet here. Ulberg, I think he might have copped a knee. Did a great job to get out. All legal.
Grounding on the line looked pretty similar to that first half moment down the other.
It did look very similar, actually, didn't it, Speedy, now that you mention it?
Well, he was further away than he was down there, and he's called it.
Well, we wait on Ulberg. Hopefully he can recover from this, but Hudson Young's been running onto those kind of kicks for Australia and the Raiders, but no one was running onto that. So is Thomas too committed to the kick?
Yeah, yep. They need the fullback de Vlieg running a decoy out the back of the back rower, and if they can go straight across his face and hit Durand, there's a 2-on-1 where the defensive winger has to make a decision. So they're getting to the right side of the scrum line, on the right side of the field, as you can see here. The centre's coming up to jam de Vlieg. And that's where you need to, as halves, understand that. So get back into that field position and put that same play back on again. And instead of kicking it, go straight across the fullback's face and hit your centre.
So both wingers have been the victim of an HIA here. First Stoltman and now Ulberg. So another reshuffle required as T comes back on, and Nyonka's going short here. Can South Africa defuse this? Oh, brilliant. Well, the Cook Islands had plenty of options, and it's Porter who came down with it.
That was magnificent. I thought the Rhinos were definitely going to take that one on the full, but just plucked out of the air by Porter, and they're just on the push now.
It's a great spell for South Africa, but they could find no points. Oh, so solid. You want to come at me again, do you?
No, Perry.
A couple of alphas going at it there in the middle of Combank. On the last, Cowley gives it some height for the chasers. And the sun an issue. That's a great take. You saw him shielding his eyes from the sun there, Beakers.
Yeah, he did extremely well to put his body in position to get his eyesight.
That is a tough carry for a teenager.
Yeah.
So Mackenzie has just come off the bench for stint number 2. It's a good run by Hill. They needed one. Riley Canning has just come on in the number 14 jumper for his first minutes, about to get into that dummy half role here. 21-year-old's been playing some rugby union with Eastwood this year. Now playing a Rugby League World Cup qualifier. Good kick chase. They look the fresher team, don't they, South Africa?
They do. Well, they've had all the possession of the ball. They've been winning the field position battle. They just got to stay diligent with their defence. Don't give away any penalties.
Confidence boosting run by Stoltman, who made a couple of errors at the start of this second half. Eero flicks it out the back. Natikora, oh, he's nearly away. And finds support as well. Cowley throwing a dummy and he's away. He's got support inside. He finds Iro. Look at the footwork. KL Iro for the Cook Islands.
Well, just listen to the crowd. They love this one. And why wouldn't they? And I think it was KL Iro that actually started it. He took the initial run way downfield, comes up with an offload, and then they just back up. They find plenty of space. And here he is, yeah, he's the man there with ball in hand, finds an offload, and you just identify a little bit of space there and big power to pull through there too. But really good support play by the Cook Islands, and KL Iro, the man that started it, still had plenty of work to do 18 metres out, didn't he, JT?
He certainly did, and that's experience coming out of the backfield, getting a late offload. The Rhinos were coming back, and then Cowley uses his speed, probably passed just a little bit too early, but still, when you've got the experience and the power, the speed, the agility of KL Iro, you just give him the ball and he'll do the rest. Great try from the Cook Islands.
Had that name change mid-year with the Cronulla Sharks. That's the way Dad wanted to see it. Kevin wanted KL Iro to be the name of his boy, and he honoured that this year. Did the 25-year-old Sharks centre. Masters was getting advice earlier from a man in the front row. So the margin is 3 converted tries now with 28 minutes to go. Tough ask for the Rhinos. The Cook Islands look really well poised now to clinch that final spot in next year's World Cup. Beakers got a few ailments, so it wasn't the biggest kickoff you've ever seen. Got some breaking news with Marley.
We saw Cook Island winger Paul Ulberg come off a little earlier after that tackle on the line. He was clutching at his jaw, but it has been confirmed as a Category 2 HIA. He'll have the full 15 minutes to pass that assessment and return for the end of the match.
Thank you, Marley. Bit going on the sideline in this game. Let's look at that run of tries. They've scored 4 in a row. Really breaking the game open just before half-time with Masters and Niokore. Oh, right through here. The premiership winner with the Broncos. Well, back rowers aren't supposed to be able to do that. Brendan Piakura, take a bow. His first try at international level is one to remember. And it's on here. Tensions boiling over at Combank in the World Cup qualifier.
While they're pushing and shoving, can we just... What about the back rower?
Go that way.
Brendan Piakura. Just power and strength to get through the front line.
Yep.
Not great defence here. You go in half like that, that's what will happen. And then left foot, boom. That's Benji Marshall, Carmichael Hunt like, isn't it? Hey, outstanding. Soft tackle. And then he just puts the foot down, sums it up, and backyard footy foot. Oh, no. Ankle breaker. I've had that done to me plenty of times.
Oh, he sold him a bag of lollies, didn't he? He absolutely took it. I didn't see what kicked it off. Oh, there we go. Callum McMenemy just unhappy with Gatakura, and then he comes in, and that's where the push and shove started. But the balance was fantastic, as is that conversion.
minutes to go in this game, right? There's a lot on the line for both of you, and I do believe neither team wants to play with one man down. So that stuff stops now, right? Enough. Thank you.
Wyatt Raymond laying down the law. Sounds like something out of a Western.
Townsville boy too, I think.
Stay behind.
Hey, Townsville representing.
Sheriff Wyatt.
Cowboy boots on for Wyatt. This town ain't big enough for the both of us.
Yeah, he was just letting them know he's the sheriff. He's the rule of law.
David Moali was in there throwing him, so get out.
What about the swagger the Broncos are playing with after winning the premiership? Reece Walsh putting on a show, scoring a similar try with his footwork last night. Scored 2, in fact, for the Kangaroos in the Ashes. They wrapped it up 3-zip, and Piakura has just produced some dazzling footwork as well.
Well, the way Reece Walsh has played in all 3 tests, you'd have to say he's a front runner for the Golden Boot, wouldn't you? Just the way he's played.
Definitely.
And subliminally, you add the club form on, even though it's all about the international stage for the Golden Boot. Nice return here by the man who was stood up by Piakura. It's Luke Pereira de Vlieg, who scored South Africa's only try. And this scoreline does not do the Rhinos justice.
That was Makatoa just also letting him know that he was there. Midfield, the space closed very quickly.
Got a bit about him, this young man on debut, 19 years of age. Brady McMillan keeps putting his hand up for some tough carries. Slightly built. He's got some go about him.
He hasn't taken a backward step, has he?
They're headed his way, and knock on, says the referee, with help from his touchy, John Stone, on this side.
Yeah, it was the right play. I really liked it. I think it was the halfback digging deep into the line. Actually, it was Thomas. Oh, if he had caught that, it was a 3-on-2 opportunity for the Rhinos. But that's what we haven't seen enough from the Rhinos, is their halves digging deep enough into the line. You've got to be able to take it deep, take a whack, and that's how you manipulate the defensive line. Create space on the outside.
Oh, he's thrown the dummy, and he's done them again. De Vlieg in cover, he's got speed. Cowley, oh, he's not held, and Cowley gets there, and the Cook Islands are bound for the World Cup.
Well, this is the second try we've seen from a set piece. Second try from a scrum. The first one was a brilliant kick by the Rhinos. This time, it's just individual brilliance. Just mines a gap in the defensive line. Have a look here. He gets eyes up. He sees there's some space. You see the centre checks off straight away. He needs to stay on that inside shoulder first, but he falls for that dummy. And he does so well to keep his feet here. Rolls over, makes sure that there's no Rhinos hands on him, then plants the football down. That's just great piece of individual work.
Yeah, it certainly was. And that's what you want when you got speed like Cowley does. You want to get one-on-one with the opposite defender, and that's what he does. And he squares him up beautifully. Comes off his right foot. He's got his ball in 2 hands. He throws a dummy. The outside defender takes it, and he uses his strength, which is his speed, to go straight past, I think it was Cryer. And he runs the length and scores a try. Watch this, ball in 2 hands, off the right foot, show and go. Too much speed. That's playing to your strengths. Well done, young man.
First international try for the 22-year-old who plays with Wynnum Manly up in Queensland. Also played for the Warriors Jersey Flex side in 2024.
Masters has been given the hook.
It's a better side for a right footer. Let's see how Ioka goes, a lefty on this side. Same result. So the Cook Islands leading by 28 with just over a quarter of the game to go. Well on their way to securing the last berth in next year's Rugby League World Cup. But this scoreline, as I said a moment ago, doesn't do South Africa justice. 34-6 right now. Daryl Fisher's done a great job with this team. He's the coach of South Africa, who played 10 first-grade games with Wests in 1998 under the coaching of Tommy Rhinos. He scored a try in his only first-grade win. That was against the Warriors, who had Stacey Jones in the lineup, and he will coach New Zealand in the final game today as they take on Samoa.
I'd love to have a chat with Daryl about the pre-game speeches from Tommy Rhinos.
Any slapping going on?
Oh.
De Vlieg attacking it again. Oh, attacking it the other way was his opposite number, and Ioka was that close.
Last tackle.
To a Julia Robinson
Change
like
over.
effort.
Play the ball
Yeah, it was a
there,
great
Cameron.
kick by Cowley and gave it enough air for his chasers. Ioka, look at that, eyes on the ball. Oh, gets his hands on it. He grabs that, keeps his feet. Could have been a try.
Cowley's having some fun out there. Is there any Jamie Soward kind of similarities in the game of Cowley?
Certainly is. The speed, the kicking game, left foot.
That's the rundown today. Women's Pacific Championships final. Up next, the Jillaroos against the Kiwi Ferns, and we round it all off with the Kiwis against Samoa. Crossfield kick is out on the full from Thomas.
Yeah, that was a kick on the third as well, looking for more trick plays, the Rhinos. That one not executed to the way they would have wanted. But look at this field position now for the Cook Islands. We've seen what they've done from set pieces. I really want to see them work in their flow, see how they go with their flow.
Katoa moving it on. Here they go. Change of direction. For Porter. With the West Tigers first grade level last year. Now the deception. Niokore running off Isan Masters. A brilliant combination. And the back rower has a double.
Isan Masters, the genius, the ball skills, the vision. Short side play, exactly what you want from your half. Sums it up beautifully. He digs deep into the line. You can see the hips of Durand facing towards the sideline. That means it's going to be a soft inside shoulder. Watch the number 4. His hips are facing towards the sideline, and that's when you look to play short as a half, and that's exactly what Masters does. Great short side play.
He played a bit of time at the Cowboys. Did you have a few coaching sessions with Isan Masters to teach him that one, JT?
I didn't. I can't claim that one, unfortunately. I normally claim everything. But not that one. It was great work on the short side.
Just smart to even see that they'd flipped a middle onto that side, and that's one of your main cues when you are going to go short. Obviously the distance, the space makes it, but if you've got a middle forward who's been doing a lot of work, they flip to that short side, you know that you can get at them. And Perry, who's been a real wrecking ball for the Rhinos, he knew that if Isan Masters knew if he squared up on him, he'd come in and try and shoot, and it was really great footwork by Niokore to make sure he was in position to take advantage of that.
Better side now for the lefty. What can Ioka do? They've left a few points out there with the goal kicking today, the Cook Islands. And this one will hold its line as they bring up 40 here. Still plenty of time to go. And 9 Summer of Tennis begins on Friday, January 2 with the United Cup. Then we're off to South Australia for the Adelaide International. And on Sunday, January 18, summer's greatest show, the Australian Open begins. Don't miss all the action on 9's Wide World of Sports or stream every match on every court, live and free on 9 Now. You can watch your favourite player, guaranteed, on 9 Now. What a wonderful setup that is. Modern day sports viewing. So this margin continues to blow out here in favour of the Cook Islands. which was probably the expectation coming into this game, given the history. The only previous meeting, 66-6, also in Sydney in 2019. It could have been oh so different at half-time if things had gone well for South Africa in a couple of really close calls. That's a strong run.
They were also down to 12 for 10 minutes, and a number of tries were scored in that period, but it's the middle that has been fracturing. That's where that fatigue really is visible.
A couple of tacklers just bounced off Piakura again. Pedersen Rabadi late offload, great skill in that. Makatoa plays at 30 out. Concerned for the dummy half. Martin slow to get up. That's a clever tap back, but no one there to pick up the scraps from a Cook Islands perspective. It was Thomas who took it away. So there are the Gillaroos going through their final warm-up. The silverware on the line. They took down New Zealand in last year's Pac Cup final. Can they do it again?
Oh, it's going to be a good game, but I'll tell you what, this is my favourite moment. Just when you're finishing off your warm-up, just before you do your speeches, the energy in the sheds, the way you're feeling, the way your body feels through your movements. You're thinking about the game, you're thinking how you're going to play, thinking how you're going to win your battles. Yeah, this is something I really, really do miss.
Ferns only completed at 67% last week, and they had 35 missed tackles as well. So if they can adjust those two areas, they're in with a big chance.
And they've made a change in the halves as well. Quinlan to start the game. King off the bench. Maliepo dropped out of the team altogether. So I think it's Piakura right now stretching out a little bit of cramp behind play. Understandably so, all the running that he's been doing. There's some tired boys out there. Energy sapping conditions, a warm one in Sydney today. Oh, nearly busting him. In fact, he has. Rennie running hard right up the middle, late offload. And Thomas knocked it backwards, I thought.
From his hands,
they're all saying backwards. You've got a captain's challenge, don't you?
Well, he was facing his own try line when he tapped it. I'd need to see it on replay.
It's gone backwards.
A
strong run by Rennie.
Yeah.
He's been powerful all throughout the tournament. Gets the offload.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
See, the boy from Townsville don't miss anything.
The sheriff is on the money. No doubt.
Similar part of the ground where the Rhinos put on a trick play early in this contest. They kicked from this situation with a speedy fullback. Cook Islands just setting things up in search of more points. On track to bring up 50 here. Moali running hard. Pedersen Rabadi next in line. Ball playing. Masters. Runners in motion. Oh, Ioka tried the little no-looker and couldn't link up with Allberger's back on.
Yeah, it was great ball movement. Isan Masters at the centre of it all. Had a couple of runners drop underneath him, and then he gets to the two-in defender, and which puts on a 2-on-1 with the winger. And just Ioka could not execute that pass, but the Cook Islands, they're growing in confidence.
Some of the superstars of the game are able to execute that catch and pass. You think of Latrell Mitchell, Stephen Crichton, they make it look oh so easy in that situation, don't they?
That's why they're the best.
That's why, yep. And you're exposing your ribs too. So it's a brave and courageous play to get it right each and every time.
No captain's challenges in this game. There will be in the next two. That's why South Africa didn't have a throw at the stumps a moment ago. But they spread it wide here. Stylish ball movement. And Beaker's just on one leg today, unable to really explode away on the right wing. Fryer goes high. And Allberg and the fullback. Oh, they didn't quite work that out, did they? And South Africa gets some fresh ball here.
Oh, scrum.
A great kick chase. That's what you want.
No challenge.
All the fans are starting to roll in now. You can see a lot of the Samoan flags. They've been here since 8:30 this morning.
Yep, I saw them with my own 2 eyes. Nice and early.
Isn't this a great concept? Hey?
What a game to look forward to as well. New Zealand really clicked last week. Samoa fantastic in the fortnight before that. Off the back of the scrum, there's nowhere for Canning to go. Played SG ball for the Eels for a couple of years, so familiar with these surroundings. Oh, big shot on Cornelison. The halves looking to combine again. He's gone for that kick once more, and they'll get another set.
He's on again.
Well, they get a result, but he is really making a decision to kick before he even sees what the defence is doing. And
Sure, mate. Yep.
it's been a few times now the Cook Islands have
You've got the
diffused that
footies,
quite
you can
easily.
find it if you want.
Not only that, the fullback's been on that open side as well, so he can easily cover that. Normally you're putting the kick in behind when the short fullback is sitting on the short side.
Cornelison, number 17, fell in love with the game watching the Rhinos play Niue back in 2017. A bit about him, this dummy half, looking a real threat every time he takes the line on. Back to centre field they go. Flicked out the back by Martin. And strong defence by Masters, but another offload forced by South Africa. That's a great pickup by Turner. Referee had a good look at it. No knock on there. Oh, spinning his way through the tackle of Piakura. And there's another kick in behind. Well read by the winger. What a pickup by Stoltman. What an effort.
That was fantastic. That was down low. Lots of chases in front of him, and he just put himself on the line so beautifully. Spins out of trouble. It's good to see him come back from that head knock earlier in the game too.
Job done for the captain, Marata Niakore, doubling his try-scoring tally today for his country. He's now going in a try a game in 4 internationals for the Cook Islands. You can start the celebrations with, oh, intercept thrown. Has he got the speed here, Turner? Happy to go down 20 outs. And South Africa give their fans something to cheer here late in the World Cup qualifier. Thomas doesn't kick this time, flicks a pass that finds his halves partner, who rips one to the outside. And a good one-on-one tackle made by Iro.
He made it by pulling his jersey up over his head. Got stuck.
Stopped Canning. A little juggle there from Josh Hill. Plenty of pointing going on from the Rhinos. And they find a way through the Cook Islands defence. The halves combine, intercept thrown the other way. Ulberg was eyeing up an 80-metre scamper, but he couldn't hold on.
First one this way.
Again, they manipulated the defensive line. Just couldn't come up with the right option. So we see the Gillaroos warming up in the sheds.
A few changes in their lineup too today, JT. Tamika Upton returning from that calf complaint. An unfortunate injury to Keely Davis sees Olivia Higgins get her first shot at the Pacific Championships. And Jess Surgis moves to the bench. Jakaya Whitfield starting on the wing.
And Marley Silva was speaking to Tyler King earlier on. She's come into the starting lineup. She'll partner Racine McGregor in the halves. Of course, they were former halves partners at the Dragons.
I like that change by Rick Henry. I think Ash Quinlan can play 9, 6 and 7 quite easily for him.
Flat pass called forward. They can't take a trick. And Thomas, who came up with that amazing try assist with the kick for De Vlieg. Not much has gone right for him in the second half.
Well, it must have been forward because I heard the touch judge on the opposite side of the field call it forward as well.
Okay.
Casey Badger on that eastern touch line. Yeah, that's...
It's nearly a penalty.
Yeah. It was that forward, wasn't it?
Oh, busting through again, Rennie. Great cover to limit the damage to another 10 metres from Turner. Only one marker there. The Cook Islands winding up in search of more points here. We mentioned at the start of the show that Val Holmes comes into calculations for the World Cup now for the Cook Islands. I wonder what kind of position he might play in this lineup.
Yeah, a damaging ball runner. Obviously, fullback and centre is where he's normally playing, but I'd slot him in at 6. I think he can really, he's got the ball's playing skills to sum up the play, get him in the right field position.
Oh, lovely play again by Masters, and Mawali didn't go to Piakura. He wanted the little flick. It's still on for Isan Masters. So creative with ball in hand, and they've got another one.
Just flat and fast. Flat and fast, playing the advantage line, hitting those line runners, getting quick play the balls, and just playing what the defence gives them. And I think just going back to what JT was talking about with Val Holmes, imagine partnering Val Holmes and Isan Masters for a World Cup. That's mouth-watering.
Yeah, it certainly is. Isan Masters just sums it up beautifully, gets the ball in 2 hands, passes it on, nice hit and spin. Mason Teague scores a try, but Isan Masters has been in the thick of everything today, and they needed him to be. Just needs to get his goal kicking.
Well, Val Holmes can take care of that.
That's right. You got Val Holmes who's kicking over 80%.
Yeah, they're going at 50% today. 3 out of 6 for Masters, 1 out of 2 for Ioka. And the try to Mason Teague, his first at international level. He joined Newcastle from the Dolphins back in April. Yet to play a first grade game for the Knights. Did play 8 for the Dolphins.
But what about the back line if you do get Val Holmes in there? What do you do with Cassius Cowley? Could play him fullback.
Yeah, right.
Val Holmes, 6. Masters, 7.
Just snuck that one in. Well, the best of Australian golf will be right here on Wide World of Sports, headlined by the reigning Masters champion. Completed the career Grand Slam earlier this year. Rory McIlroy, Adam Scott will be there as well as the Australian Open returns to Royal Melbourne. 9 Summer of Golf starts November 27, live and free on 9 and 9 now. You got a Pro-Am start there, JT, yet? Or?
Not yet, but I'm hoping to. Any takers? I'll be down there.
I'll carry your bag. Short kickoff here. Oh, brave. Ulberg one way, and the back rower coming the other. They're on for 50 here, the Cook Islands. That would be a nice exclamation mark for the side coached by Carmichael Hunt, who are bound for the World Cup in 2026. Pedersen Rabadi, bit of space. Makatoa got rid of the initial defender. And they're inside the red zone again here. South Africa under the pump. Masters. It's been a Masters class from Isan. Sets up Cowley for a double.
What about the vision of Isan Masters? Gets a quick play of the ball. Jumps down the short side. Makatoa gets the quick play of the ball. Look, sums it up, jumps down the short side, and just ball in 2 hands and just reacting to what the defence does. A nice short ball to Cassius Cowley, who's been great as well. You watch the 7, it's the 14, sorry, that's going out. And Isan Masters, he's been outstanding today. Cook Islands.
You look back at the 52 points that they racked up in those 2 losses against Fiji and PNG. Masters had his fingerprints all over that as well. The points they did score in those 2 defeats.
He's one of their most experienced, certainly their most experienced in the back line, in the halves, in that spine area, the 9, 7, 6 and 1. And that's what you want when you're attacking the red zone inside that 20-metre line, that 30-metre line. You want your halfback to be touching the ball a couple of times, 2-3 times a set.
The sing-along has begun. Waving that Cook Islands flag with pride, which is what the Pacific Championships is all about. And they've got the half century secured, the Cook Islands, with 2 minutes to go, and add 2 more. So the Samoan fans have been gathering since early morning here in Parramatta ahead of that kickoff later today in the men's Pac Cup final, and of course Australian colours here to cheer on the all-conquering Jillaroos, who've had a heck of a year. Can they remain undefeated and clinch the Pacific Cup for the 2nd year in a row against the old foes from across the ditch? That's coming up very soon. Seeing the players going through their warm-up for the Jillaroos and the Kiwi Ferns. Tamika Upton back. One solid performance away from clinching her first golden boot, perhaps.
Remarkable she hasn't got a golden boot. She's been the best player in the game for a couple of years.
Of course, the golden boot is all about what you do on the international stage. There was a time when Tamika Upton didn't play for Australia. It might have cost her in years gone by as well, but very much part of the Jillaroos setup now, and back from a calf concern. Look at the space right through the middle for Teague. Teammates can't keep up with him. He buys a little bit of time for them. And they want to go short side again. Isan Masters counting the numbers. Floats one to his half partner again, Cowley. That time they make the tackle, but it's still on here. That's a knock on the pass. No, they say knock on.
Ball doesn't come away from your hands yet. Change over. Change over.
That's a fearsome sight for the ref to look at that mouth guard of Makatoa.
Whatever you want, sir. Do you want the ball back?
It's a Halloween-inspired mouth guard. Makahesi Makatoa. Oh no, Thomas coughs it up, and the Cook Islands might get one last 4-pointer here. The counter-attack on immediately. Makatoa keeps it alive. Space here, and they'll dive over for one more. Ngati Kora, who's got his own fan club here today at CommBank Stadium, able to put the seal on this, and the Cook Islands are into the World Cup with a statement victory.
They certainly are. They haven't had it all their own way, especially in the first half. You see the ball movement here from the Rhinos, and the aggressive defence from Masters and Ulberg forces the error. And Makatoa does an outstanding job to get the offload. And watch the speed. He just puts the head down. He can see the try line. You're not going to stop me from there. Who's taking this goal kick?
Alex Glenn would put his hand up. He's part of the coaching staff. He enjoyed that right on the bell. And the kick has been taken by the lock forward pride, Pedersen Robati. And he slotted it as well. Here it is. Or was it Kale Ero who kicked it?
It might have been Kale Ero.
Who's been the captain throughout much of this campaign as well, so no wonder there's a smile on his dial. Full time here, the Cook Islands into the 2026 Rugby League World Cup.